back. Like I was saying, at number 2, they're going to make more stricter laws that will limit your ability to say and do stuff on the internet on a full global scale. Like, for an example, you know how I say on my YouTube video, I call it sex game? They probably might send me a message saying, well, Alexander Oden, you can't call it sex game no more. You're now just going to have to call it something that's more named appropriate. Which you see I did it with self-improvement, and a lot of people did not want to view those self-improvement videos. They wanted me to talk about sex game. It would be something on that lines. That if you could use the name sex game, they might make it to where you got to have at least 3 to 5 reasons on why you want to call it that. And then if you can't give them 3 to 5 reasons on YouTube, then you can't use that title, the name. Or they might make you pay money to use a name title that's inappropriate. So there's different ways they could spin this in 2020. Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen as soon as it turns 2020, so please take this with a big, giant grain of salt. I am not Nostradamus. I am not making predictions that will actually come true. It is me just telling you what I think. The word think is an opinion, which means I think that could happen. It's not even a 100% guarantee. It's not even a 50% guarantee. I'm just telling you what I think could, in fact, happen. So don't take everything I say at face value and take it literally, okay? It's not a 100% guarantee. It is not even a 50% guarantee. But I have a feeling that somewhere in 2020, they will, at number 2, come up with a law that might limit you even more than what you can say and do online. Like, they tried it 2 years ago and people vote against it, and they might try that again, so that's why I mentioned it. Now, coming in at number 1, at number 1, number sanctomo, number 1, it is only 50-50 that we could have a new president. Why I say it's 50-50? Because as far as I'm concerned with history, now I'm not talking about politics, I'm talking about history of all the presidents, almost every big person that's been a president has actually had 2 terms. Barack Obama had 2 terms as president. Not the father Bush, but the son Bush. He had been elected twice to be president. Bill Clinton got to be president twice. And the only president that only was president once was Jimmy Carter. And then Ronald Reagan was president twice. If not twice, but then twice in 6 years. So he was president twice, Ronald Reagan. Yes, I do know some of my presidents. And let's see, Richard Nixon was president twice. Yeah, he did try to become president for a 3rd term, but then he resigned. But history has it that Richard Nixon was president twice, even though he had the opportunity to run for president a 3rd time, which has never happened. It almost happened, and Richard Nixon's from California, so yeah, I know my history on presidents. Now, Jimmy Carter is the only person to be president for 1 term. And if you're trying to get this guy out of office, I don't know how that's gonna work, because you know he gonna be saying the same thing I'm saying. He gonna be saying, well, Bill Clinton got to be president twice, Barack Obama got to be president twice, Ronald Reagan was president twice, Richard Nixon was president twice. You know that's gonna come up in an argument. And I'm not saying I'm on anybody's side here. What I'm saying is it's 50-50 on getting a new president. If you get a new president, I'm pretty sure things are pretty much going to be still the same. I don't see too much big changes unless it's somebody we don't expect. Like, for an example, there's all this talk on the internet, what would happen if we had a woman president? If we had a woman president, I'm pretty sure that would be a big change in history. But throughout all of U.S. history, all the presidents have been men. So if we do get another president, expect it to just be another man. Now, I know some women might say, how dare me, that's sexist. there's being sexist, and then there's me actually trying to say history is a fact that all the presidents were men. And that the last time we had a woman run for president and could have won but lost to Barack Obama was Hillary Clinton. Yeah, I know my history. And had Hillary Clinton had won, then if a second woman ran for president, then it would be a big deal. And they have one lady right now that is running for president. You know, now people might ask, do I think Joe Biden has a shot? He's probably, to me, have by far the biggest shot to win. Like if I had to vote, if I had to pick, I probably would go with Joe Biden because he almost won last time. If you really think about it, last 2 times he tried to run, he almost won. So I would probably go with the guy who almost won twice versus a person that I don't know nothing about. Like the lady that everyone's talking about, I have to research her and see her history credentials that say if it's safe or not safe. I'm just trying to tell you that, number one, it's 50-50 if we get a new president or not. So if we get a new male president, a new man president, not too many things are going to change. So like I was saying, yeah, I had to sneeze. Like I was saying, now if it's still the same person, then again, that's where we're going to have our outrage. So yeah, I've laid this video out on you, and I hope you like this video. Yes, I try to get very creative with these videos. I try to make these videos fresh, new idea concepts, ones that you can sit down and relate to. So some of y'all might like the video, some of you might not like the video, and some of y'all might be indifferent. Like some of y'all might say, I can't even like the video in the good way or in a bad way. And don't be putting in the comment section if I'm Republican or Democrat because I'm not a fan of politics. And I'll make a YouTube video in the future explaining why I do not like politics. The reason why I gave you the history lesson in the video was to explain what is number one. So when you see the title of the video and it's called Sex Game 2020, What Happens in 2020, Part 1 and Part 2, because the video broke into 2 parts, you'll understand the purpose of me making a Part 1 and a Part 2. Part 2 might get more of your attention than Part 1. Part 2 may not be as long as Part 1 is. You know, I was trying to make the video just one video, but, you know, that happens to your cell phone. It breaks it into 2 parts, so I hope you like this video appreciation. Some of y'all gonna thumbs down the video. Some of y'all gonna thumbs up the video. Some of y'all might comment with good comments. Some of y'all might player hate with negative comments. As long as you ain't using no derogatory languages, you won't be blocked and deleted. So if you do put a comment, it better be something that's logical, like I agree or I disagree, respectively. And don't be fighting no other people in the comment section. Don't be in there, I'm Republican, I hate Democrats, or I'm a Democrat, I hate Republicans. Don't be doing none of that in my comment section. Because if I see Republicans and Democrats fighting each other like Crips or Bloods, I'm going to delete all the comments and block everybody. So don't mess up a nice, fun interaction for everybody else. Because then you two will be like, all right, Alex ain't take care of it, we taking care of it. So until then, peace.